Hi, I'm Arlene, host of the television talk show Ask Arlene, which airs on Thursdays at 6:30. And as a business consultant and life coach, I help you to move forward in your business, project, or endeavor. So if you always wanted to write a book, but you just haven't seemed to get started, or you always wanted to 10x that business that you already have, expand it to the next level, you know exactly what you need to do, but you just haven't done it? Well, I've already purchased all the courses, read all the books, the Tony Robbins, all sorts. I have several degrees, including a master's degree and credits toward a doctorate. I've sat with and met celebrities and done the networking. And what I realized is what I really needed was a mastermind group of people working toward my project, my business, or my endeavor. So what I've done is met with coaches and met with experts and put them together to work on your project. So join us today for our Mastermind Networking Group. I'll see you there. Click the link below and join us.
Hello and welcome to the Ask Arlene Show. I'm so excited to join you today. Remember, you can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do, and you can be who you want to be in the world. So today's show is so exciting because we're going to Los Angeles, California, to the beach. So we're going to use some of the surfers of all people, I know, surfers, to parallel the message that we are sharing on the show, which is that you can overcome your fears, get unstuck, and live your best life. And these tools, principles, and secrets that I'm sharing, guys, are the same secrets in any industry to win at the game of life. So whether you're trying to surf and fall down, or you're a mom with 6 kids trying to win at the game of life, or you're a student in school trying to get straight A's, you can use these 3 secrets, tools, and techniques to win at the game of life. So secret number 1 that we're going to share as we go into this first video is this video of write the vision, make it plain. So many of us have goals. Many of us, everybody has a dream. I worked as a teacher in a high school, and I was shocked because some of the kids who were doing absolutely nothing as far as work had these glorious, grandiose visions that they were going to buy big houses and they were going to drive big cars. And I was really kind of surprised. I spoke with another young lady, and she said, "Why are you surprised? Everybody has dreams, Arlene." But I saw that what they were doing was not conducive with the goals and the dreams and the visions that they had. So, are your goals, dreams, and visions conducive with what you are doing today? So how do we make sure that they are? Secret number 1 is to write the vision and make it plain. Because if we write it simply, that's the first step. So your eyes can see exactly what it is that you want to do. You can also utilize the secret of focus because it's written on the paper. So every morning you get up, you see it, and every morning you make sure that your actions line up with that particular vision that you've written down. So people say, "Well, can I skip a day?" No, you don't skip any days. If you can ensure that your actions are in line with what you've written as your vision, I will promise you that eventually you will achieve the goal. So let's go and talk to this young gentleman by the name of Joey, who's a surfer, and see how what he's doing parallels with us living our best lives and accomplishing our goals, being who we want to be, doing what we want to do in the world. So before we do that, I want to remind you of a little secret. Many of you have heard my story, and it's that I was challenged because I had this huge position. And shortly after I had this huge position, a new board of directors came in, and the board of directors did not want me as their CEO. They wanted to hire an additional CEO, but in order to do that, they had to get rid of me. So I remember it like it was yesterday, guys. So what they did was they fired me. And as a result, I was really stuck. And then shortly thereafter, my mom passed away, as many of you know. And so I was even more stuck. But before I show this video, I want you guys to know that because I had this vision written down, even though I was in pain and I was stuck, I wasn't moving, I wasn't doing anything much, I still had this written vision. And as a matter of fact, I would write it and I would stick it on my wall. So I could see the vision as I was going in and out of the house. I was going to and from the kitchen, the restroom. There it was up on the wall. So even though I was hurting and I was feeling the pain and the embarrassment of having my face on the cover of the newspaper and having fired across it, I couldn't dismiss the fact that I still had a vision. I still had a goal. I still had a dream. I had some place that I had to get to. And so eventually I had to get up and keep moving. So this secret of writing the vision in order to win at the game of life is uncompromisable. There's just no way around it. If you want to win, you've got to use this. So let's see what this surfer had to say as far as how he wins at the game of life. Okay, guys, watch it with me. We're going to California. Bye. So I guess they're queuing up my California video. So while they're queuing up my California video, which is the first one with this surfer by the name of Joey, I just want to talk some more about this concept of writing the vision and making it plain. So many of us have written a vision because you've heard that somewhere in your travels. But where is it that you have placed this vision? Is this vision in a book somewhere that you don't really look at? Well, when you write the vision, one of the secrets is to keep the vision in front of you. As I said, I had the sticky papers, the big, huge papers, and I put them up so that every time I would go in or out, I would see it. So this is one of the secrets that we need to work with. We have to be able to see it. So every day, you should see it. As a matter of fact, there's a gentleman who I know who had an office who was very successful. And what he would do is he would put it on his cards. So every time he took out a card to share his card with somebody, he would see the vision on the back of the card. He would take it out, read the vision, present the card to the person in front of him, reminding him of who he is in the world and who he endeavors to be. So when he started out, he was a very small business owner, but by the end of his life and the end of his journey, he was a very wealthy business owner. And as a matter of fact, they said he was not only a wealthy business owner, but he was a philanthropist. And he left his son in charge, legacy, we're always talking about legacy, to share the money, to share the funds that he had garnered with the generations that he was leaving. So write the vision, make it plain, put it in front of you, look at it every day and as many times for the day as possible, especially when you're down. Because when you're down and you've been hit, that's when you really need to focus on that vision in order to give you the motivation and the impetus to keep going. Remember that it's not about changing the goal when you get knocked down. It might be about navigating the journey, going a different road. So GPS says, it re-navigates every time that you go the wrong way. So if you go right instead of left, then the GPS just re-navigates. And now you're still on the journey to accomplish the goal or the vision that you've written down. You might just have to take a different route. Okay, guys, let's see what the surfer has to say about winning at the game of life. And we'll be right back.
Are meant to be more performance-based, so they're meant for you to be able to slice kind of through the water more. Do more turns, and I actually have like a 4-fin setup on this one, like quad fin. So, yeah, there's a bunch of different types of setups,
So
basically,
that
but
stuff makes it turn.
yeah,
The little things.
yeah, essentially. And the fins are super sharp too, so they're like kind of like cut through the water too. But these ones are like what people learn on, and they're like foam boards, and so the foam boards are what people learn on because they displace like a lot of volume. Yeah, so they're very stable, and yeah, and they don't really turn. They're like as well. They're more just like for stability, and they're bigger, so it's easier for people when they learn. But yeah, and then wax the top for your feet to stick on the board. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
What kind of wax do you use?
I use Sex Wax. That's the brand. Yeah.
Not like Vaseline.
No.
Well, I don't know. I'm just learning. I'm sure the
Yeah.
people watching.
No, there's a few really main brands that just like it's like Sex Wax, Sticky Bumps, Food Wax is nicer, but yeah.
And you're a student.
Yeah, I'm a student. Yeah, I'm going into my senior year at LMU. Yeah. So I'm doing this for my own.
Is that why you came out here? Because you knew you like to surf and stuff?
No, I came out here more just for the opportunities that the school presented, and just like I love getting a new experience, like traveling and stuff, and this was a great place to go to for school. So
the surfing was just a bonus.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, surfing was a bonus. I knew that I would love the weather and everything too. So, but yeah, it's been great.
What's the hardest part of living out here? You did.
That's a good question.
Oh, it's all fun and games. It's all amazing.
It's like, I mean, people say like the traffic can get bad, but New York.
Yeah, come
But,
on. Yeah.
like, it's because it's because traffic is going to be bad in places where it's like theoretically like the best to live. So the higher the demand, the more people driving cars. So, but that even hasn't been that's not too bad.
What do you
Just got to be
study?
patient.
What are you studying?
I'm a double major in marketing and economics.
Oh,
Yeah.
marketing. Great. So you're going to help us market the show? You're going to help us market this
try.
episode?
I'll do my best. I love it.
I love it. Okay, guys, Joey has promised he's going to help us market this episode. So if you don't see it everywhere,
That is my
know.
fault.
It's his fault.
That is my fault.
All right. So we got to watch him surf.
So, guys, one of the things you didn't see was the conversation initially between Joey and myself. So he was talking about how every morning he gets up and he goes out on the water to surf. So one of the secrets that we're talking about, and we're just using surfing as a microcosm or as an example of what we're talking about, is that every morning he goes out and he does the same thing. And he says he looks out and he does this to kind of relax himself and to focus on his higher power. And the fact that he's surfing means that the goal is to get that little board that he was talking about, where he's talking about the wax and all of that. Don't get caught in the weeds, guys. He was saying that he goes out and the goal is to stay on the board. The goal is to stay afloat. So the goal for us that a lot of people have taken to heart, or a lot of people have, is that they're supposed to stay on the board. We're supposed to not fall off the board. But guys, in order to win at the game of life, the goal and the secret is not that we never fall off the board. The secret is that once we fall off the board, we get back up and we stand on the board again and we keep it moving, all right? We keep it moving. So what is the secret number 2 to winning at the game of life? The secret is called persistence. Okay, so just like the surfers who get on the boards, they fall off, but they get back on. They fall off, but they get back on. There's a huge proverb, and it says, a righteous man falleth 7 times, but he gets back up. So if you have fallen, if you have had a challenge in your life, whether way back or just recently, the goal is to be persistent, okay? In colloquial terms, ain't nobody got time for that, okay? You got to keep going, because remember, we have written down this goal. We've written the vision. We visualized the goal. So the idea is to see the victory, see yourself already having accomplished whatever it is that you're endeavoring to achieve. and be persistent about going and moving toward it. So what comes to mind is the man who says, well, or the woman who says, hey, I've been through a tumultuous experience. So maybe it was not like my experience where you got fired, but maybe it was an attack on your person. You got robbed, or you were raped, or you were abused. And you say, well, Arlene, this is affecting my work now. This is affecting my progress. And I would say to you, not that the experience has not been tumultuous, because I would never take that away from you, but that despite the experience, now we have to cultivate the tools, cultivate the tips and the techniques on how to move forward. But because we have the vision written down, we at least know exactly where we're going. We have an end point. Whereas when we don't write the vision and we don't visualize the end point, it's harder for us to be persistent and move toward it. Also, make sure while we're on this board and we're falling off, but we're getting back on, we're falling off, but we're getting back on, make sure that the goal that you're moving toward is something that you really want. So is this goal something that mommy said 20 years ago, or daddy wanted you to do, like you were supposed to be a doctor, but you never became a doctor, and so it's in the back of your mind and you're constantly stressing about it? Or is this goal something that you really want to achieve? This is the thing, your ikigai, the thing that you've truly come to the world to accomplish. Make sure that your goal is something that, number one, you've always wanted to do, something that you've always wanted to accomplish, because when it's really that important to you, chances are you didn't just make it up today. And two, make sure that it's something that you'll enjoy doing. Even if you don't know how to do it right now, once you do know how to do it, you'll enjoy it. All right, so we have another video, and we're going back to the surfers of California. But remember, this is just a microcosm for life. Staying on the board, not falling off, doing what you need to do, focusing, because you got to focus if you're in the water. And you have to visualize yourself staying up. If you're on the water, but you're visualizing yourself falling off, you're going to fall off. So keep in mind that we need to focus and be persistent while we're winning at the game of life. Okay, let's see the next clip.
Here they go, guys. They're going out into the water. And if you keep watching the show, you'll see me go out with them. I'm going to go out and catch the next wave, too. Just kidding. But you never know. If I keep doing this, maybe I'll be out here joined with you. I mean, if a 66-year-old lady can do it, hey, she's waving to us, then I'm sure we can do this too. It's totally different. It's nothing we've ever been involved with, but at 66 years old, as I said before, she's overcoming her fear. I said that. And she is a prime example of how we can live our best lives and become the best version of ourselves. If it's something that you've never done before, and there's something that you would like to do, well, I challenge you today. Why not get started? Remember, I talked about the 10 steps in order to achieve your dreams and be successful and live your best life. Oh, that's Joey out there on the waves too, on the right. He's getting up there, but he still didn't catch the next wave yet. Yeah, we saw him tie the board to the bottom of his foot so that at the board, or his leash as they call it, but I'm sure many of you.
Wow. Hopefully you were enjoying the beautiful water. So that leads us to secret number 3. The goal that these gentlemen and this lady had was to surf. Their goal is to be on the water and to enjoy themselves. So you didn't see the interview with the young lady, and I say young as a, just the universal euphemism of young, but she's actually a 66-year-old woman. And we met her out there on the waves, and we asked her, well, aren't you a little bit mature for surfing? Because usually when we're watching the television and we see surfers, we don't see 66-year-old ladies, we see very young people. And she said, well, that's her goal. That's something that she enjoys. So that's another one of the secrets to win at the game of life. You are never too young You are never too old to go after the vision. The secret is to move forward, okay? Regardless of your age, there are no excuses, all right? There's no reason why you can't go after the goal. And what I'd like you to do is contact me and contact my team so that we can help you to achieve that goal or vision that you're endeavoring to accomplish. Okay, so this woman said that she only started when she was later in life. And so if you notice, you probably couldn't see it, but instead of her using the board that Joey had, so first there's just the regular board. So that's for the experts. But then he had a board on top of that board, which was like a safety board to make it a little bit easier for him to navigate the waters. So that's like your coach. Your coach is like your buffer that helps to support you on the journey to you achieving that goal. But everybody's not at the same place. So we all need different levels of support. So the 66-year-old lady, she wasn't on a board at all. She was on a mat. Okay, so the mat was a lot more malleable, and she laid on the mat and went along the waves. So whether you need to be on a mat or you need to have a little bit of support to the board, or you can actually be on the hardcore board and not fall off, the key is that you make it to the goal, that you accomplish the task and the matter at hand. So I know that you are a winner at the game of life. And the reason I know is because you're watching this program right now. You would have turned it off because you wouldn't be interested in winning at the game of life. So I already know something about you, which is that you are a winner and that you can do this. So all you need is a little bit of help with the navigation. So as I always say, you already have 90%, okay, or 80%, and you just need 20% or 10% to tweak it so that you can accomplish the goal or the vision. So some people say, well, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth like Teresa, or like Joey, because I'm not in the environment where I would have the ocean to help me to move along. I was born in Idaho, or I was born in the middle of the Bronx, where I really don't feel like I have the waves that I can use to help me to surf. Well, guess what? You can go where you want to go. You can do what you want to do, and you can be who you want to be in the world. So it doesn't matter where you start, but the goal is to place yourself in an environment that is going to be conducive to you winning. So if it means that you need to change schools. If it means that you need to spend your time, your daytime, with some other folks other than the people that you've been spending your time with so that you can get into the environment that's going to help you to win, then do it. Because, guys, we earn within $5,000 of the people that we spend our time with. So as I always say, maybe now is not the time to spend time with Pookie and them while you're trying to accomplish your goal. Make sure that, one, you're going to spend time with people who have either already accomplished what you're endeavoring to accomplish, or they're also on the journey with you, or they can help you, or at least they're willing to support you. This is not the time to spend time with the naysayers, okay? The naysayers, the people who are not supporting your vision or your goal. Don't spend time with them. Where energy goes, energy flows. So you need to ensure that you're giving your energy to other people who are supporting you in that goal, plan, or vision. And remember, guys, that our time here is finite. Okay, time is the most valuable thing that we have, more valuable than money. You can always make more. You cannot get more time. So ensure that the things that we're doing are in the environment that's going to be conducive to us yielding the goals that we want, but also an environment, meaning the people that we're around are going to be supportive of us achieving the goal. So it's like some people say, well, I tried it before, Arlene, and it didn't work. Well, remember secret number 2, which was persistence. So we have to keep going and going and going and going in order to achieve the goal. And when do we stop endeavoring to achieve the goal? Year 1, year 2, year 3? We don't stop endeavoring to achieve the goal until we achieve it. So if I have to take a trip to California to talk to some surfers to get a metaphor for you winning at the game of life, then that's what we do. We change our environment. And sometimes, guys, that's just what we need to jumpstart us into the place that we need to be mentally. So I'm inviting everybody to get up. Make a move, make a change, make a shift, do something different than what you've always done in order to move forward and gain some momentum. Because momentum is also one of the secrets, movement to winning at the game of life. So you say, but I don't know how. I don't know where I should go or what I should do. The secret is to get moving and that the pieces of the puzzle will come together as you move along the journey. It's just like, remember the GPS? When you're sitting in your garage, inside the car, the GPS doesn't say turn right or turn left. You have to actually put the garage door up, back out, and start driving on the journey. And then the GPS says, make a right here. You make a right. And then the GPS says, make a left. And then you make a left. So remember, guys, the 3 secrets that we talked about today. I said a lot of things, but really the 3 secrets are very simple. Number 1, in order to win at the game of life, you want to be clear and you want to write the vision. Okay, write it down. Put it someplace that you can see it as often as possible, in your wallet, on your wall, on your business cards. If you're a business person, make sure that you can see it regularly. 2 was persistence, okay, and visualization. So seeing the end, feeling the joy that you're going to feel as if you have already achieved it. That's going to help you to be persistent and give you some wings and energy in order to be persistent. And 3, one of the most important things that most people don't talk about is your environment. Is your environment clean? Is your environment pleasant? If you're supposed to be working and your desk is full of all sorts of other things that are distracting you, then that's probably not the ideal environment. You've got to clean it all up. Clean your life up so that you have an environment where you're open. You got to make space, guys. Make space to receive the information and the knowledge and the wisdom that you need in order to accomplish on this journey. So remember, if you've heard nothing else, remember, I've got to make room. I've got to leave space in my environment so that I can gain the wisdom and the insight that I need in order to accomplish my goal, in order to accomplish my dream, in order to accomplish my vision. And remember, guys, down below, go to askarleneshow.com and let us know how we can help you to accomplish the goal, the vision, or the job that you want to get. And also subscribe to the show and type and let me know exactly what types of shows you want us to do, what types of things you want to hear about and know about. Okay, and if you need a mentor, you need a friend, you need some encouragement, drop us a line and let us help you, because that's why we're here and that's why we do the show, to help you to overcome fears, get unstuck, and live your best life. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Name some things I'll be without you, good. Stop the growth, I bet you think you could. Said you gon' leave me, man, I wish you would. Yeah, I'm different, so I'm misunderstood. So I'ma always be good. Said I'ma always